What's up, everybody? It's Mr. Parhow here. Welcome to Modded Subnautica. This is a game about an alien world in the ocean, and we're gonna deep dive into that alien world and said ocean. I've played this game a bit before. You'll see in a minute. We're not gonna talk about it, alright? We're just gonna get straight into it. We're gonna start a new game. We're gonna play survival difficulty. Regular settings. This is a heavily modded playthrough. This will end up being a heavily modded playthrough. Now, I'm on last gen update before the whole Living Bigger update or whatever it was that came out after Below Zero came out, and they ported the large rooms and a bunch of other quality of life stuff from Below Zero to the first game. I am on last gen because I wanted to use the FCS mods, the Field Creator Studios mods. And if you don't know what those are, well, you'll find out soon enough. Let's just watch this.
Launch in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, that's gonna leave. It's gonna leave a big f***ing bruise in the morning. And here we are. So as you can see, shit went wrong. We got on an escape pod. We left the ship that we were on. And now we're inside the escape pod and it's on fire. We would probably be choking due to carbon monoxide poisoning right about now. Let's hold this down, spread all this out. Da da da. Perfect. Now we gotta reboot our little PDA.
You have suffered minor head trauma. This is considered an optimal outcome. This PDA has now rebooted in emergency mode with one directive: to keep you alive on an alien world. Please refer to the databank for detailed survival advice. Good luck.
So one thing I noticed is the subtitles are a little bit too fast. I'm gonna slow that down to about 15 and see if that seems to fix it. So we're gonna it gives us a little tutorial thing. We're gonna go ahead and do that. We open this, should be food bars, a couple of waters, and some flares, and take all that. Take our first med kit of this series. But yeah, we're in our little escape pod. Our shit's kind of fried, and we gotta build tools to get everything fixed. We're gonna climb this. Over by the scenic intro. Welcome to the world of Subnautica.
Orbital hull failure. Cause unknown. 0 human life signs detected.
We're gonna go ahead and get into it. Yep. Welcome to the world of Subnautica. It is an underwater game, underwater survival crafting game. We're gonna go ahead and get ourselves set up, started. Metal salvage. I can make titanium with that. I was hoping there were some outcrops around here. There is an outcrop. Let's go ahead and break it.
Copper is an essential component of all powered equipment. Your probability of survival has just increased to unlikely, but plausible.
That's one thing I hate about this game is at the start you have to be very, very careful about managing your oxygen supply. Otherwise you can die at the seafloor down here. Your stuff will start spilling out of your inventory, you'll lose it, and then you'll respawn and have to come grab it again. And more than likely, if you're like me, the same thing will happen to you again over and over until you as the kids say, get good.
Detecting sulfur deposits in the local cave systems. Sulfur is an essential component of the repair tool.
I need a repair tool, so we're gonna go try to get some sulfur. I believe those come from the crash fish nests. If you don't know what crash fish is, we'll show you in a second. But yeah, this playthrough is essentially going to be me trying to figure out how to get through the FCS mod. If nobody knows what that is, we'll show you in a while. This is a game I've been wanting to record a bit of for a while because it's just kind of solo player. I can just relax and not worry about having to edit it as much as a lot of my Arma 3 content because, well, I'm not playing with other people, so I don't have to worry about the fact that I have to censor other people while playing this if it's just myself. Grab more of this salvage so I can get more titanium in a minute. Okay, I'm going crazy. That's the same cave system. There's a cave system right there. I'm gonna get oxygen and head over. But yeah, overall this is a very beautiful game. Like, it's very, very well designed graphically. It wants to act as much of a survival crafting game as this is. It acts like a horror game when it wants to. Just because you'll have very large creatures with very, very large appetites trying to snatch you up sometimes throughout your playthroughs. And that's just not a fun time for anybody now, is it? We'll get some more copper and titanium from these. I gotta go. I'll come back for that. Surface, 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 please, please, please. And like I said, you have to be very careful in the early game about managing your oxygen supply. Sandstone.
Silver-based wiring kits are an essential component of many habitat
Silver,
modules.
gold, and lead, the three wise men of any survival situation. Come on, please, 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 please. No, I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna die today. Screw you, game. I will live. I will breathe. More titanium. Oh, what the f? Where is my inventory? That's a problem. That might be a mod issue. We're gonna take a break for a minute, pause, figure out what the fuck's happening there, and I will be right back. Alright, so we're back. Sorry about that, folks. Had a little bit of an issue. Don't know what it was, but turns out just restarting the game, everything seemed to work again. We're back. Inventory actually works now. See, I can drag it back and forth across here. Got all stuff we've been collecting. I do want to find some sulfur, though, because we need that for the repair tool. The repair tool is how we get started, because without that, we can't fix our little escape pod so that we have power to use the crafter. Not the crafter, what's it called? The assembler? I forget the name of it, but it's whatever the little crafting machine is inside the escape pod. Jeez, there really is nothing down here. Go out this way, see what's over here. More quartz. Go ahead and pick up a piece of that, come back for the rest of it later. But yeah, because this is a survival game, you can find resources like all this in the coral tunnel here, just laying around in the world. And so that's why, like, if people are out there, they're like, Parhal, why didn't you grab that? You could use that. It's because I could just grab more later. If not, I could come back here and grab what's there. Right now, I want to find one of these stupid crash fish. No? You not in here, buddy? There's a source of oxygen right here. This would be nice. Oh, really? You're gonna stop making oxygen bubbles the second I stand above you? Thank you, buddy. There's usually more crash fish than this. I don't know why I haven't found any of their little nests yet in any of the cave systems. kind of worries me. Worries me that that might be broken instead of the inventory bug this time. Let's see, our escape pod's there. He wants me to eat something, so I will eat nutrient blocks. Oh, crash fish.
Oxygen.
Fuck, fuck, fuck. Go, go, go. Okay. Who are you? That's a peeper. How'd you get down here, buddy? There are no crash fish pods, like, anywhere under here. And it's getting dark. That's fun. Rabbit ray egg. I don't have an aquarium, so I'm not gonna pick that up now. Wish I had a repair tool. Oh, I lied. Whoops. Apparently, you can use the fabricator without repairing that. That would have been interesting to know. Just gonna go ahead and store all this in here then. Make some titanium out of this. Titanium salvage or metal salvage or whatever is the key to getting titanium, which is important in like base building, and like you saw here, you can use it to make titanium ingots, which are used for a bunch of recipes, especially with the FCS mod and a bunch of the other mods I have installed. It's a very, very important resource to have. And later we can automate mining it, but for right now, we're just kind of stuck where we are with limited resources. Let's see what I can make. I can make an O2 tank, that'll help a lot. Yep.
New blueprint acquired.
Waterproof locker to deploy in the water, but I don't really want to bother doing that since I can just craft a locker. Better locker as soon as I have the stuff to make a habitat tool or a build tool. I can make a habitat and build a better storage system than the little waterproof locker you can deploy out in the ocean. And put all this here. I just preemptively made some stuff just so, for sake of convenience, we can use this later. I think I have to have a battery for most of the gear that we have. So a high capacity, okay, I can do that really easy. I think I could do that right now, actually. 2 quarts and a glass. Let me do that, and make another glass, and personal, and high capacity O2 tank. This will be really helpful. Thank goodness we found that that one silver earlier. Let's see. So habitat builder, you have to get a little bit more in depth, but it's not too hard to make. Repair tool, I still need to go find cave sulfur. I also gotta go get creep vine, which is the giant kelp stalks you might have seen in the distance earlier, to make the silicone rubber that's used in this. And a battery to make a scanner. Scanner's really important. I can make a battery if I get the glowing mushrooms that are out here. But like you just saw, it's really dark. What the fuck? What the fuck? I heard something and it wasn't the gastropods down there. Those are friendly. I want to get these and I want to go. Go ahead and grab a lot of these. Home. Home, please. Yes. Okay. We're good. So I can make a
Detecting
battery.
increased local radiation levels. Trend is consistent with damage to the Aurora's drive core, sustained during planet fall.
So what I'm hearing is, we conceptualized Chernobyl, but we brought it to a new alien planet for it to be their problem. Is that what I'm getting? That's a problem. That's a problem for later Parhau. Right now, Parhau's making a battery so I can have a scanner. I go to tools. Make this.
Acquired.
You see, we also unlock blueprints from
The scanner
crafting
can
certain
be used
things.
to synthesize blueprints from salvage technology and to record alien biological data.
Exactly. So if I go out here with the scanner, a good example of that would be... Oh, hey, it's already daytime. Sweet. Where... Is there anything I can scan? Let's scan... You. Come here, peeper. Saw it for a second. Bladderfish. If you hold right-click on it, you can scan it and it unlocks a data entry for you. So go to databank, you have all these entries you can unlock. So herbivore, small bladderfish. This unusual herbivore appears to be mostly defenseless and bears little resemblance to the other life forms around it. First fact about it is a semi-permeable bladder. The bladderfish is able to filter air and seawater into its body cavity through a unique membrane that surrounds its spine like a bladder. This allows it to remove and consume organic particulate caught on the way in and adjust its buoyancy. Number 2, open-ended vascular tubing can be angled and contracted to pump out water and achieve low-velocity guided propulsion. Largely oblivious to threats and is practically immobile at night, its only identified defense mechanism is that it's composed almost entirely of water, air, and cartilage. Assessment is that it's edible. Oxygen may be retrieved from the bladder and added to tanks on consumption. Membrane has applications as a natural water filter. Well, you can guess what we use this for in the crafting bench up there in the escape pod. It's your early game source of filtered water.
New creature discovered.
Yeah.
Alien life forms may have unexpected applications. Utilizing alien resources is a proven survival strategy.
Yep, just like cooking, eating them, and turning them into drinkable water. Herbivore's large rabbit ray. In an herbivorous aquatic life form, rabbit rays appear to live serene and solitary lives with very few predators, a natural sense of curiosity, and awesomely poisonous flesh. So not edible. Twin orange appendages mounted to the head sense vibration in the water. It's markedly... English is hard. Markedly similar method of transportation to that of Earth rays. Zero genetic resemblance detected, suggesting these two species developed similar solutions to their environmental circumstances. Evidence indicates its large side-facing eyes are relatively recent adaptations. It is likely there are related ray species in other environmental biomes on the planet. Assessment: inedible but harmless. Okay, so that little guy won't come up and try to bite us in the butt if we turn our backs to him. It's good to know. You can also scan the flora alongside the fauna. And we'll read that later. We're going to go ahead and scan the acid mushrooms. I'm thinking if I'm going to be reading all of these log entries for these, I'm just going to read them at the end of the episode for whatever we discover during that episode. So like everything I'm scanning right now, we'll read about later. Hey, buddy. Yeah, so that's a crash fish egg. But where's the crash fish? There's no nest. There's no crash fish nest anywhere. This may be a problem. This may be a problem. I might have to figure out how to fix it. I'll be back in a second. So we're back. My assessment is that the crash fish are actually a lot rarer than I thought they were. So it may take some time to try and find the pod, but you know, that's alright with me. We're just here to have a good time. Play through this game, get the most out of it. So, we'll find one. We'll find one soon. I hope. Seeing giant coral tubes. Heck yeah. Let's scan you up. I don't actually know if this game has like 100% completion, but it would be nice to get every data log entry if that's possible. Okay, I don't know what that is. That's another quartz rock. That's a Gary fish. Wait. I heard it! Hey, buddy! That's a crash fish. Yep, and they do that. So, audience, that would happen to be what was guarding the cave sulfur we needed. Now we just gotta find where his little pod was. I don't actually know where his pod was. Oh, that's a problem. That's his egg. Was he... It's a shuttle bug, yeah. Actually, oh, there it is. I can't actually scan the pod either, which sucks. But now we have cave sulfur, so can't really complain. Might actually have to make a waterproof locker. I'm starting to do the whole thing behind hoarding resources in survival games.
30 seconds.
Yeah. Gastropods, which are also really chill. We'll scan you in a second. What's up, buddy? These guys are generally harmless, but you want to stay away from those pods they put out. Because they do that thing, and it's like an acid cloud if you try to swim into it. Hey, bud. We can actually grab these. We grab one for later. They are useful, I will say that. The gas pods can be used for torpedoes, which... I'm not going to spoil it for anybody that hasn't played Subnautica, but all I'm going to say is they're very useful to have for torpedoes later. Sea Glide fragment. Oh, hell yeah. If we get a Sea Glide, we're in business. Because then we can move around a lot faster, because we're just kind of swimming along without real, like, scuba fins on. So we're very slow compared to how fast we could be moving. Yeah, can't scan whatever that little brush is right there. Oh, right, silicone. I was looking at the... kelp forest over here. I was thinking about what we needed to make our tools. And, I just remembered you have to get silicone from the, not the kelp itself, but it's like those pods, those glowing pods in the distance. You have to gather them off the top of those. I want to stay away from him. Those are called stalkers, and they hurt. They like to bite. As you can see that, they actually, like, hunt and kill fish in the environment around them. So, yeah, creep vine is what this kelp stalk is called.
Life on this planet grows in unusually distinct and diverse ecological biomes. Further study recommended.
Yeah, experienced players will take that as false hope, which it kind of is. It actually really is false hope. Ooh, what are you? What are you? Come on, hoverfish. Yeah, buddy. Here we go. Okay. Copper. Copper's always good to have because in the early game, if you don't have a battery recharger, you're constantly making new batteries just to keep up with, like, the stuff you're doing. But it's also important to make batteries because you use those to make power cells, which power bigger things like vehicles, and then something in the FCS mod that I'll show off later. By later, I don't necessarily mean this episode. We're gonna head back to the pod, and we're gonna try to craft the repair tool and get the pod repaired. Gonna go in here. Okay. Basic materials, silicone? Yeah. Gonna make silicone rubber. I believe we can make a pair of scuba fins so we can move faster too. Use the other 2 creep vine clusters that I took to make.
Of vehicles and power plants.
Yep. Lubricant's very important, especially for the FCS mod, because you have to use it for auto mining and stuff like that. For, like, drill heads. It's weird. Make some more titanium. Sustenance, go ahead and make more filtered water. Food is kind of abundant. We have a lot of, like, peepers, hoverfish, and garyfish floating around out there. So we can make food pretty easily. It's water and catching bladderfish that's going to be the harder problem. Right, so fins.
The fabricator draws from available data to provide environment-appropriate equipment using locally available materials. For your safety, this setting cannot be overridden.
You want to bet? Give me a bobby pin, a paper clip, and a piece of bubble gum in about 30 minutes, and I bet you I can override that setting somehow. But yeah, the fins translate vertical limb movements underwater into forward thrust, enhances swim speed by approximately 15%. So that's really nice to have. We're gonna go ahead and make ourselves a repair tool, and if you saw right there, the survival knife, so we can shank whatever tries to kill us.
Removed from standard survival blueprints following the massacre on Abraxas Prime. The knife remains the only exception.
Yep. One bad apple ruins the bunch, so now we can't have guns underwater. Thanks, fellas. So here, normally you only have like these 4 tabs. This is part of a mod that lets you do a lot more like kind of custom chemistry and like utility stuff. It's a lot more useful as you discover more stuff. Like you see, we don't have that much unlocked. This is actually kind of new though. I didn't know you could make the large filtered water from 2 regulars. Like biochemistry, I know later you can make biofuel for bioreactors, and it lasts a lot longer. You also get, I think, more... What is it? More value or whatever from it. So cool. We have that. That's assigned to our hotbar. So let's get to repairing this, yeah? Let's see. Hold right click, and you can see it's repairing it.
LifePod secondary systems online, running full environment diagnostic and outputting results to databank.
Cool, so now we have a geological data scan entry from that. Let's see. Oh yeah, it also changed all this. Secondary systems online, outgoing radio comms offline, incoming radio comms online. Flotation devices are deployed, well that's kind of obvious. Hull integrity's okay, that's also kind of obvious. Environment, uncharted ocean planet 4546b. Oxygen/nitrogen atmosphere, waterborne bacteria levels high. That might become an issue later. Main power is online, we have solar rechargeable power cells. So, we should be fine. Until we have like a habitat up and running. We also have a radio.
Radio online. Broadcasting emergency distress signal.
Well, that's cool. Let's play this.
This is Aurora. Distress signal received. Rescue operation will be dispatched to your location in 9. 9 hours. Continue to monitor for emergency transmissions from other life pods.
Guys, I don't think we're gonna be getting help on this planet anytime soon. Alright, well, so that's all solved. Let's see, what's our next order of business? I feel like it should be getting a habitat up and running. So let's see what it's going to take to get our habitat builder. We need a computer chip, and I know that requires gold, and I think... yeah, gold and 2 table coral samples. And now because we have the knife... I don't want to... Deselect, please. Thank you. Love the expanded hotbar and decoration mod, which lets you put down stuff normally shouldn't be able to put down. It's pretty conflicting when it wants to be. Alright, so we come over here to the table coral. We just schwack it a couple times with this. We can get pieces of it that we can pick up and use for crafting. Now if I come over here, go back up here, we should have a gold piece to make our first computer chip. I believe it's in here, yeah. Make our first computer chip. And then we need 2 silver for the wiring kit over here. The problem with that is we have to delve deeper to be able to go get the silver that we need, because we need sandstone outcrops, which are usually not terribly deep, but like deeper than this little safe shallows area we're in. So we're just gonna wait until morning, and then we'll head out, go find the silver, and try to make our wiring kit and get our habitat builder so we can have our base for the end of this episode. And it looks like the sun's about to come up over here. Let's see. Beautiful sunrise over here. Also, while we were waiting, I scanned one of those little birds. They were kind of just glitched above the life pod. So, it was just within scanning range, so I just kind of went ahead and did that while I was waiting. Beautiful sunrise. Alley-oop. Alright. Let's go down here. We didn't actually, like, scan what was in these crates, did we? Nope. You can scan the crates themselves. I have a mod that lets you turn them back into titanium salvage. A beacon fragment. Beacons are important, so I might as well go ahead and get one. Cool.
New blueprint acquired.
Cool, I guess. Graph traps are really good early game.
Caution. Continued degradation of the Aurora's drive core may result in a quantum detonation. Continuing to monitor.
Hey, grab you. We need to head out this direction to the red coral fields, because on these like cliff faces, and especially down here in the creepvine forests, should be able to find... oh, hey buddy. Should be able to find more of those sandstone outcrops to get silver from. But I also... this caught my eye. Mobile vehicle bay. That means when we get our first submersible, that we can actually craft it, and we don't have to go and find the vehicle bay then. So, that's nice. Oxygen, oxygen. Okay. I'm not cutting the creep vine, even though the game tells me to. You don't really need to cut it unless you're doing specific things with crafting. And I'm not at the point where it's like I need to craft medkits. Okay, I take that back. You little shitter, where are you? There's... what just bit me is called a biter. They're really annoying. They're really small. I should have scanned that, but you know, fuck it, we ball. That is a spadefish. Come here, buddy. Spadefish, I can cook you up and eat you. And that's a stalker eating a fish over there.
Local scans show a nearby cave entrance, depth 90 meters. leading to an unknown environmental biome.
Oh yeah, it's those guys. Forgot about the reefbacks. The reefbacks are really chill. They're like the only creatures around that size that are actively, like, passive towards the player. You'll see what I mean later on. I keep saying there's a lot later on, but, like, there's a lot I don't want to spoil. This game is hiding a lot of things from the surface. Okay, we're gonna go back down. I really wish I had a sea glide, but we'll work on getting one.
Short-range scans suggest this biome supports extensive biodiversity and connects to a number of small cave networks.
Yeah, I bet it does. I bet that's true. Scan this, you little bastard! I saw you. So that was 1 silver that I think we just got, right? Yeah. I need another silver. And then we can make, that's a gold. That's still good, but I need the silver. I need that sea glide fragment, don't mind me. Oh, I said don't mind me! Leave me be. All alone on this planet, and the only living things here want to kill me constantly. That was another silver. Alright, so we can make our habitat builder. I'm gonna just grab some stuff while I'm out here. And we got a radio transmission we need to go back and listen to. Hey! Oh, you little bastard. I'm gonna scan you. I'm gonna scan you. I'm gonna give you x-rays. You're gonna be radioactive. How about that? Yeah? Let's see. Let's see what you said.
Receiving pre-recorded distress call laying back.
This is Lifepod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Okay, that's cool. So that is one of the random radio transmissions this game will throw at you, and it'll give you, like, an approximate location of the life pod that sent the distress call out. They'll send the coordinates, you go to them, and then, you know, try to find them. Everybody comes out happy. Yeah, totally. Let's make this wiring kit. Let's make some more copper wire to go with that. If I'm right... Oh, I need a battery. Did I use the only battery I had? I did. We have copper, we have that. I just need to make a battery. Batteries. Also, I have a mod that lets you make better batteries that last longer. So, like, for instance, because we found cave sulfur, we can make a sulfur battery if we wanted. It stores chemical energy based on how a sulfur plant does with how we found the cave sulfur inside the little crash fish plant. It's about 1.65 times more efficient than your regular battery. And as we unlock more materials, you know, they keep getting better and better. I want to say the highest we can get is an ion battery, or maybe like the kyanite battery, but we'll get there when we get there. It'll be a little while. Personal tools. No! Yes.
The Builder tool is designed to construct habitats capable of withstanding extreme environmental conditions.
There's nothing in that little crater, unfortunately. Yeah, I hear you, buddy. Also, we're gonna eat our food block before it's too late. Because more often than not in this game, if you don't have enough food and water, you will die. If you don't have enough oxygen, you will die. If you're in an area with radiation before the aurora ends up getting fixed, you die. We just got another radio beacon, and they will die. we're gonna keep swimming this way. We're gonna try to, is that a sea moth piece? It is. We're gonna build our base over here, I have a feeling. At least one of our bases. I plan to have a couple little spots for different things. The Field Creator Studios mod that I mentioned needs a lot of things done to, like, finish it, because it is essentially part of the story for how you get off this planet, and you have to do a lot of different things, but we'll get into that whenever I get into the Field Creator Studio stuff.
30 seconds.
That Altera Hub fabrication facility is the starting point for all of the FCS stuff. So, if we really want to get into that, we're gonna go over there. Why? Is that an eclipse? Oh no. That's another reefback Leviathan. Yeah, the moon orbiting this, or like the sister planet or whatever, passes between the sun in the star system. So it eclipses the planet occasionally. And it gets super dark underwater. Understandably so, but it's still very, very creepy. I'm thinking right here. I think right here would be a good place. Grab you. No, no, don't come over here. Oh, you little bastards. Come on, you want to fight? You what, mate? You what? You fucking what? Alright, got a scan of him. You can't pick up the biters, unfortunately. It's not like there's much there. It's like a,
Congratulations, survivor.
Oh?
You have exceeded your weekly exercise quotient by 500%. Data indicates that swimming was your favorite activity. Be sure to vary
No
your
shit.
routine for uniform muscle development.
No shit, thank you. Swimming was my favorite activity. Uh-huh, totally. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and build our compartment here. Get a start on our little base. I'm gonna put a solar panel on top so we have a start to our power. And now we have a
Welcome aboard,
base.
Captain. Power restored. All primary systems online.
Seek fluid intake.
Yeah. I don't have any fluid on me. Fuck. We're gonna go up here. I'm gonna get that bladderfish real quick and head back to my escape pod so I can
New
craft
creature
some
discovered.
food. We're gonna answer the radio thing in a minute. I just gotta cook all these up. Cook keeper.
The fabricator cooks small organisms while disposing of the skeletal structure, bodily fluids, and internal organs, thus rendering them safe for human consumption. Seek fluid intake
So it essentially
immediately.
guts, scales, and removes anything that we can't eat from the fish. So it's like eating like a boneless wing, you know?
Vital signs
But it's made out of
stabilizing.
fish, so... Go ahead and eat all three of y'all. Nom nom. So, we got pretty good progress for today, I'd say. We got our basic tools, except for the Sea Glide, which we'll get next episode. Let's go ahead and listen to this.
Plan pre-recorded distress call.
This is Life Pod 6. I have a passenger on board. Coordinates attached. We've landed a kilometer from the crash site, but there's radiation in between us and the rendezvous. Request immediate assistance. 6 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
So we got another transmission location from a live pod. We're not gonna be able to handle that until we have like a sea moth, I'm pretty sure. Well, maybe, I don't know. Let's see. Life pod 6 coordinates attached. Is it in here? Indigenous life forms, data downloads, codes and clues. Transmission origin. So they gave us like a picture. Some of the life pods I'm kind of remembering are you have to go find them in the areas that like you visit. So like this one, we were in the I don't want to say kelp grass, but I don't remember the biome. I think it's like red kelp or something like that. Anyways, it was the region we went to that we dove down to get the sandstone outcrops at. So like they'll give us an approximate area and like a picture to help. Sometimes the picture you don't really know where it's gonna be, but it's a fun little side thing. Also med kit, so that'll stop beeping. Alright, so into the episode, we're gonna read through all of the scans that we did earlier, and there's a lot here. I've got 20. Before we do, though, blueprints. Mobile vehicle bay. The vehicle bay is a deployable station equipped with fabrication drones designed to construct small research and exploration vehicles from raw materials. It's a common tool in almost all industrial, scientific, and colonization operations. Sea Glide is a personal transportation device capable of speeds up to 36 kilometers per hour in standing water. It displays basic topographical data, so it'll give us like a little projection of the topography around us. It's got a replaceable battery, and they advise us keep fingers clear of the propeller. Sea Glide, anything that moves faster underwater is probably trying to eat you. Sea Moth, one-person vehicle with an independent replaceable power cell. Fully customizable design, low-power multi-directional thrusters. They enable it to function equally well in sea or space environments. Long-range vessels can carry at least 2 vehicles of this class to facilitate the exploration and exploitation of small astronomical bodies. However, they can also be fabricated at a standard mobile vehicle bay. The ratings are top speed, 13 meters per second, yada yada. If you want to, I'm not going to read everything. If you guys want to read it yourselves, go ahead and pause the video now. Other than that, we're going to get down to the ones down here. That's all the shit that was already in here.
Warning. Local radiation readings suggest the Aurora's drive core has reached critical state. Quantum detonation will occur within 2 hours.
Oh boy, so the Aurora's drive core is going to explode by the time this episode ends. So you guys are going to get to see it. You're going to get to see Chernobyl Part 2, Aquatic Boogaloo. 4546B Environment Scan. Category 3 Ocean Planet. Yeah, we already got all that from the thing over there, the chart. It's got extensive biodiversity, which they mentioned earlier, like further study of local biomes and biodiversity. Safety warnings may support Leviathan-class predators. You might be wondering, Parhel, what does Leviathan-class mean? It means any predator bigger than a whale or whale-sized. Water contaminated with high levels of foreign bacteria. The planet is beyond Federation space. Rescue is unlikely. It is not recommended to explore this environment without hazardous material suits or extensive support apparatus. So limestone outcrops, we get copper and titanium from. Sandstone, it's our source of lead, silver, and gold during the early game. Scattered wreckage, we can find different, like, pieces of metal salvage. That's where we're getting titanium from. So now we get into the environment scans for coral. We get the shell plates, we get the coral tubes. The coral tubes we use for calcium, and it's exploitable in bleach fabrication, which I believe you take the knife, cut the coral tube, get coral samples, and then mix it with salt that you can find out and about, and you get bleach. And bleach can be used to make more water if you don't want to use bladderfish. So there's that. You got table coral, which we used earlier to make a computer chip. Carnivores, the biter. Pack hunting predator, 94% muscle, 4% connective tissue, 2% brain. It's indiscriminate when it's hungry and almost always hungry. So, they're vicious. I like the assessment at the bottom. It says, avoid packs, try not to bleed. Like, that was an option in the first place with those. Gasopod, slow-moving life form. Yeah. They're, it's the approach with caution. Like, they're passive. But the threat comes from the acid pods that they can eject at the back. And what's interesting about their design with the whole acid pod cloud thing that they got going on, their faces look like gas masks. I find that really funny. The rabbit rays we saw earlier. Sky rays are the flying things we saw outside the pod earlier. Bird-like head, feathered wings, they allow it to fly. Circling floating structures and rarely venture far out to sea. They will perch on dry land but are prone to fleeing on approach. Assessment presence may indicate nearby dry land. Well, that's a good sign. I hope so. The bladderfish, use that to make water. Boomerang, shaped like a boomerang, hence the name. Assessment's edible. Garyfish, slow-moving, curious herbivore. It can camouflage like a cuttlefish. It's edible. The hoopfish, bioluminescent fish, it's edible. Hoverfish is also edible, but it's also adorable. Why would you ever eat one of these little guys? Peeper, also adorable, but kind of creepy with a big eye. It has a little beak on the front right here for getting corals and algae and stuff from the seabed. It's edible, and it needs further research, it says. The spadefish, it's got its eye on the top, shaped like a spade. It's edible, probably a lot of meat once you take the eye out. But then again, that eye takes up a lot of space. Scavengers and parasites, we got the floater. Two species living in symbiosis, which attach to and attempt to feed on objects they come in contact with. The dominant life form is the pink part of it, which is the inner suction jaw part of it that sticks onto stuff and tries to leach nutrients. The outer microorganism is a gel-like substance that makes a vacuum seal around the creature's jaws. A thin layer of helium is stored within the outer membrane, which gives it buoyancy and makes anything it's attached to float. The shuttle bug is the weird things we saw earlier in the caves. Mouth parts, mandibles, legs. They're waste recyclers in the water. The flora, acid mushrooms used to make batteries, creepvine for fiber mesh, creepvine seed clusters, which are used for lubricant, but also silicone rubbers, sulfur plants, which are used for applications of the repair tool, but it's also used for a couple other things since we have the whole mod pack thing going on. For just regular seed plants, we got a blue palm. We got the writhing weed, which was that weird bioluminescent green weed. Damage to your PDA's hard drive has corrupted approximately 80% of stored survival blueprints. Blueprints may be reacquired by scanning salvage technology using a handheld scanner or by downloading plans from a shipboard data box. So, to get more recipes, essentially, we have to scan stuff that's out in the ocean, or we have to go find wrecks, break into the wrecks, and find data boxes that have the recipes that we need. So, that ought to be fun. So now that we're done with that, we're gonna watch the ship detonate out here. Shouldn't be too long, so we'll watch that happen, and that'll be the end of this episode. Oh, it's happening.
Emergency. A quantum detonation has occurred in the Aurora's drive core. The reactor will reach a supercritical state in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Uh-oh.
New blueprint acquired. For your convenience, the radiation suit has been added to your blueprint database.
So that's not good, but that's a problem for future Parhow to worry about. Ladies, gentlemen, and all those in between, thank you for joining me on this episode. If you want to see more, please like, subscribe, leave a comment on what you want to see me do in this series, and I will see you all in the next one. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.